and a huge welcome. In this session, I'm going to share with you a really powerful shift to attract the life you want. It's the secret sauce. It's literally all you need to know to attract the life you want. But when I talk about this, one thing that I really want you to bear in mind is that a lot of people who understand manifestation, who study manifestation, who live by manifestation teachings, they miss this most important piece of the puzzle. So you must have heard our beliefs create a reality. We become what we think about. We have to feel the feeling. But this missing piece of the puzzle, which is literally all you need to know to attract the life you want, which is missed by 95% people who struggle to attract what they want, is the key to manifestation. It's the key to become a super magnet to whatever you want. So let's dive in. So when we talk about the fact that we become what we think about, our beliefs turn into reality, and all those things that you would have heard probably hundreds of times, one thing that we really want to understand is that it's not what we want or what we desire that manifests, it's who we are. And you have probably heard that as well, right? That, yeah, I've heard we manifest who we are. But let's really break it down. What do I mean you manifest who you are? So let's say that you want to manifest your dream business, or you want to manifest your dream relationship, or whatever it is. Let's take an example of your dream business for this situation. So if I say to you that feel the feeling of having your business, you can feel it in your meditation, maybe in your affirmation, in your inner talk, all the tools that we are given. You can do journal exercising. But why is it that the manifesting that level of income and impact that you want, or maybe you currently have a business but you want to really take it to the next level, why it's not showing up? And here is why. And when you really understand it, you can collapse time a lot faster. You can literally just call in those manifestations, and what other people call it illogical things, they become new normal. So what we want to understand is that we manifest who we are, but becoming is not just about you're affirming I'm a successful entrepreneur, or I'm a multimillionaire, or I have done this. Becoming is about normalizing that life, those things that you do, that level of consciousness and awareness, and those thinking and feeling and action, normalizing them. Because currently you're operating on a vibrational frequency, and the result of that vibrational frequency are reflected in your results. So whatever you are vibing, however your body is right now vibrating, and what your belief system are in all areas of your life, it is reflected to you in your bank account, in your relationship, in your health, all of that. But when you're talking about matching the frequency, that's what Einstein said, match the frequency of what you want. Matching the frequency is not about feeling good. Matching the frequency is not about just feeling the feeling. Matching the frequency is a lot deeper than that. It's about activating a version of you who vibrates all day long as an autopilot naturally on that frequency, because we live our life on autopilot all day long. Like we are operating on autopilot all day long. You wake up from the same side of the bed. The moment you wake up, you brush your teeth, you do certain rituals, like you don't even think about it. We drive our car on autopilot. So it's about activating a version of you who operate on that vibrational frequency of what you're manifesting on autopilot instead of just feeling it. Or some people think, okay, if I'm feeling good, if I'm happy, then I'm attracting money. But actually, no, if that was the case, then all happy people will be super rich and all sad people will be poor. But that's not the case. So it's about activating that version of you who operates as if it's already done, like the version of you who has already done it. But how does it look like in like layman terms? Like if I want to really break it down so that an 8-year-old can understand, how does it look like? The way it looks like is that what would that version of you be thinking, feeling, and acting? If you scan that version of you's life and you say, okay, a successful entrepreneur would be very confident. They would really believe in their skills. They would know, and they would have this conviction that they can help other people. And they show up and they do the work, and they have this knowing, and people love their work, and they are attracting money with ease, and they have so many clients, and they are whatever they do seems to work, and whatever strategy they stumble on, it doesn't matter what the strategy is, it works. And for them to receive big amounts of money is very easy, it's very normal. Their nervous system can handle big things like coaching a lot of clients. Like imagine, like if you're manifesting your coaching business and you would love to have $1 million, right? That means you will be coaching a lot of clients, like a relatively more number of clients. So can you see, is it normal for you to coach that many clients? Or you are thinking like, if I have more clients, then what if I disappoint them? What if they don't like me? What if they think I'm a fraud? What if they sue me? What if I can't help other people? Or what if I provide them service but it doesn't really change their life, and then I feel bad for taking their money? And the other thing is the pricing that you charge, like the prices. Are you okay with charging what you really want to charge? Are you okay with charging where the number and the clients and the amount of money adds up to the million? Like, are you comfortable for this? Or you have this belief that nobody's going to pay me that money? Or do you have this belief that people can't afford my work? Or you have this belief that what if I can't provide that level of impact, so how dare I charge those prices? Or what if you're like, if I charge more prices or the price that I really want, then I will be doing wrong. Like the right thing is to charge low and not charge anything, right? So the question is, the version of you who is already a millionaire, who is running that business, okay, what is the gap in your identity and their identity? And when I talk about identity, it's about how do they see themselves? How do they see their work? How do they see their business? How do they see what is their natural vibrational frequency that they operate with? What is their consciousness? What are they conscious of being right now? Do they consider themselves successful? Or they always feel like no matter what I do, it's not enough. Or they're constantly feeling like I'm not taking enough action. So until your identities match, and the most important thing is, if you match the identity of that person, then on autopilot, because your identity is a mental program that controls you 98%. So on autopilot, you will start thinking, you'll start feeling, and you'll start acting in alignment. So you wouldn't have to control your thinking to only think positive or only think about what you want and constantly switching those negative things. In fact, when you switch the negative thing, when you're told like to brush it off, actually the belief is still there. The consciousness is still there. You're just ignoring it. It's like you're driving in a car and you get this red light that there is a problem with the car, and you just brush it off and you say, let me just keep going. Like it's just rubbish, right? So the key is, when you think and feel and act in alignment, that means if you're launching a program, or if you're selling a product, let's say you don't even have a coaching business, it's some other business, and you have an offer, right? When you are presenting that offer to people, to your ideal clients, do you really know that this will benefit people? Like, are you really behind it energetically? Or you think like, oh my God, I just need to try to sell hard. Or when I sell, I feel sleazy and I feel like I cannot, like, what's the point? And I'm not doing good to people. Right? So your millionaire version, your millionaire self wouldn't be thinking that way. They would know that their work is valuable. They would know that their work is required on the planet. So if you think about like somebody who wants to buy a washing machine, like let's say you want to buy a new washing machine, when you go to the company, when you go to the shop, whoever company you like, and they offer you the machine, they don't feel bad for selling you. They don't feel like, oh, I shouldn't be charging that price, or I shouldn't be offering the washing machine. In fact, they know you need it, and you know you need it, and you are willing to pay for it because you know it's going to add value to your life, and then you're going to use it, and then you're going to have the ease in your life. So this is how your work is. So if you don't have the same belief system about your work, that means you're not in alignment with that identity. So what we want to really understand is that if we scan that version of you and really look at their identity at their belief system level, how they really think, and then we see how does it get translated. That means when they think that way, do they feel that way? And then how does it translate in their action? So let's say you have this belief that I start things and I stop, or when I start things, I don't, what's the point? It's not going to work anyway. That's not the belief system of your millionaire self, because that version of you would know it's going to work because they have done it over and over again. So what we want to understand is, what is the gap between your current self and that millionaire version of you? And the way you close the gap is by seeing yourself differently. Okay, so it's not about you need to change anything about you, because you have all these levels and version of you up to trillionaire, right? And all it takes is changing the way every time, like tweaking the way you see yourself. And this literally requires awareness and really uncovering, like, what am I really thinking? What am I really feeling? Who am I? How do I see myself? What do I say? Because a lot of people talk about this, that, oh, you should just take action, you should work really hard. But your action is a reflection of your belief system. And your thinking is a reflection of your belief system, your identity, because it's an autopilot 98%. So even when you feel like, oh, I'm working so hard, like I'm doing so much and it's not, and my manifestation is not showing up, it's because you're acting from the frequency of that version of you, which is not a match. The belief system and the identity is not supporting that. So even when you're told, sometimes, like I've seen this over and over again, that even in my case, like before, when I signed up with a coach, they gave me the templates, they gave me everything, they gave me, use this, say this, talk about this. But in my identity, I wasn't that person. That's why those things didn't land. So that's why the proven framework, the proven strategy didn't get to be proven for me, because I wasn't a match. So in my energy, what people were experiencing my energy 92% and my words are only 8%, they could see that this person is not really behind what she's saying. She's not fully there. Like, I always wanted script. I always wanted to make sure I don't do anything wrong. I was so scared to record a video or to go live, because I didn't see myself as a coach. So when you don't see yourself as that version, and this identity shift goes a lot deeper than just like seeing this over superficial parts of you. Like, really go in the depths of that person's identity and see the things they do. Like, if they go on stage and speak to so many people, then is your nervous system okay around doing that? Or your nervous system will completely go crazy and you might feel like, oh my God, it'll be scary, what will other people say? And how can you check how would your nervous system feel? You can go in your imagination, you can really see yourself with, like, on the stage, looking at the audience, doing those things, performing those actions, and see what you feel. What is the instant thing? Do you get really nervous? That means you're not a match yet. That means it's feeling a bit janky. And the more you keep doing that in your imagination, by shifting your identity, while you become aware of your identity and you shift it and you go in your imagination and you start seeing those things and normalize them. So you keep doing that by questioning. So let's say if you really get scared in your imagination about something, or it feels very off, then either the thing is, maybe your soul desires you to do it a different way, or maybe it is that there is a belief, that there's an identity thing which is causing that discomfort. So rationalize that. Why do you feel this way? What is causing that? So have a meeting with yourself, have a conversation with yourself. What is causing that feeling? Why are you feeling that way? Okay, rationalize this. If you have this feeling, nobody will buy my service, why not? What is the rationality behind that? Is it because something happened in your childhood and you felt that trauma and you think now it's not going to work? Or is it really true that nobody would ever buy your service? So rationalize those things and normalize those things by staying in your imagination. And the more you do that, the more it will become normal for you. The more you will feel like, oh, yeah, I see myself that way. Yeah, it's normal. And the moment that thing becomes normal, you become a match, an opportunity shows up, and you, on autopilot, without even realizing, you receive it, because now you're a match. So even you act in alignment. You do all the things that you need to do in alignment. So everything starts to fall into place when you become a match. When the thing that you want to manifest is no more a big goal, it's who you are now.